Rain pressed against the windows like impatient fingers, turning the city outside into a blur of silver and shadows. You sat in the living room of the hand mentioned laptop open, trying to focus on your work, but your thoughts were frayed, uneasy, restless. That was when Jungkook entered, not loud, not dramatic, just silently like a shadow slipping into the room. His boots made no sound on the marble, but your heart still reacted an instinctive jolt, the way prey feels the presence of a predator even before seeing it. He stopped beside your chair too close, close enough that you felt the warmth of his breath near your neck. You froze. You looked tired, wine. His deep, smooth voice slid through the quiet like dark velvet. You turned slightly, trying to act composed. I'm fine, just planning the engagement dinner. Daeyoon wants everything perfect. Jungkook scoffed a low, displeasing sound. He stepped around you and leaned against the table, arms crossed over his chest. Daeyoon wants everything convenient. Don't confuse that for perfect. Your eyebrows knitted. You're picking fights again. Why do you hate him so much? He stared at you for a long, long moment. Too long, then he walked closer, bending down. I don't hate him. I know him. His breath brushed your skin, your pulse tripped. He slid a black envelope onto your laptop keyboard. Do yourself a favor, open it. The nickname startled you. Jungkook never used endearments, but before you could speak, he straightened and began walking away. Wait, Jungkook, what is this? He paused in the doorway without turning around, a truth you keep refusing to see. Your frown opened the envelope and everything inside is still a photo recent. Sharp, painfully clear, Dahyun stepping into a private penthouse, Callie right behind him. Your stepsister wearing the same red coat she borrowed from you last week. Your stomach twisted, your heart pressed painfully against your ribs. What kind of sick joke is this? Chung finally turned, gaze unreadable, the kind that could save you. You threw the photo onto the couch, Dayun would never. Wouldn't he? His voice slides through your denial, then softer, dangerously soft. Your loyalty is admirable, but loyalty doesn't erase reality. He walked toward you slowly, each step like a warning. He stopped right beside you, close enough to cage your breath. A cold whisper that sent a shiver down your spine. Open your eyes wide. Don't let loyalty blind you. You turned your head sharply, but he was already gone, footsteps fading down the hallway. You told yourself he was lying, manipulating, trying to break your relationship, but then the small clues began appearing. A single diamond earring you lost months ago, now sitting on Callie's vanity table, a lipstick stain on Dayon's collar, deep burgundy, a shade you never wore. A password suddenly revealed on his phone C, Callie's initial with a crown. Still, you refuse to believe. You loved Theon, or at least you believed you did, but lies have a way of crawling into the light. The night everything shattered was wrapped in thunder. The mansion felt unnaturally quiet, quarter stimulated, shadows long and sharp. You were heading to the guest room to retrieve a file Dayon claimed to he left there. As you approached, you noticed something strange. The heavy steel door, usually locked, was slightly open. You hesitated. Lightning flashed outside. Your hand reached for the doorknob, and then you heard it a breathless laugh. Fabric shifting whispers you were not mean to hear. Your heart hammered, you pushed the door wider. The room was lit by the soft red glow of the chandelier, casting everything in sinful shadows, and there they were. Callie straddling Damon's lap, wearing the one he claimed he lost on a business trip. Daeun's hands were on her waist, Callie's lips were on his neck. Their laughter filled the room like a poison. Your breath left you, your word broke. Callie noticed you first, her smile widening like victory. Daeun turned froze, and his eyes widened in shock. Wine, this isn't. You stepped back, trembling, rage burning through your chest. A voice came from behind you, calm as winter. Now you see them clearly. You spun around. Jungkook stood leaning against the doorway, arms crossed, expression deadly calm, as if he had been waiting for this moment. His eyes met yours, not pity, not surprise, just truth. And for the first time, you believed him. Your heart cracked, your breath trembling, lightning flashed again, but this time the storm wasn't outside. It was inside you, inside the room, inside Jungkook's unreadable gaze as he watched everything crumble. For a moment, no one breathed. You stood frozen at the threshold, staring at the betrayal unfold inches away from you. Your chest tightened, your pulse roaring in your ears, but you were not weak. You were not going to collapse and let them watch you crumble. You stepped forward, Kelly slid off Taeyoon's lap slowly, like she wanted to savor the moment. Your fiancée and her smirk curved with poisonous satisfaction. Oh, wine, you were not supposed to find out this soon. Her mocking tone cracked something inside you. You turned to Daeyeon, your voice trembling not from weakness but rage. How long? He opened his mouth, then closed it. His shirt was half unbuttoned. His body still smelled like her perfume. He didn't answer, so you stepped closer and slapped him with every ounce of betrayal he poured into your veins. The sound echoed like a gunshot. Taeyeon's head snapped to the side. His cheek reddened instantly. Callie laughed. Actually laughed, a soft, cruel giggle that made your blood boil. You glared at her. Callie, you couldn't even steal something original. Callie shrugged with a wicked sweetness. Well, he always said you looked better in pastels. I'm more his taste. You lunged at her, but Jungkook caught your wrist gently firm but protective, pulling you back behind him. His voice dropped to a level whisper. Don't touch her, she isn't worth the dust on your shoes. Callie rolled her eyes and leaned into Daeyeon like a spoiled queen. Daeyeon's anger finally ignited. You don't get to hit me and walk away like the victim. You never did your part in this relationship, fine, maybe if you were enough. You felt that sentence like a plate. But Jungkook snapped in one swift movement. He grabbed Daeun by the collar and slammed him against the wall so hard the frames rattled. Finish that sentence, he growled, and I'll decorate this room with your teeth. Daeun choked, gripping Jungkook's wrists, eyes wide. Hyung, let go. You dare talk about enough? She gave you loyalty, dignity, a clean name in this family, and you repay her with this. His voice dripped with pure control for it. Callie gasped. You watched Jungkook, his jaw clenched, eyes burning, muscles tired beneath his shirt. For a moment, he wasn't Daehyun's brother. He was your protector, your shield, your storm. Slowly, Jungkook released him, letting him fall heavily into the chair. But his next words burned the room. Touch her again, hurt her again. Say one more word that breaks her spirit, and I'll break your jaw, your spine, and every alliance protecting you. Daehyun swallowed, fear flickering in his eyes. You turned to leave, but Daehyun's voice stopped you, not soft, not apologetic, cold. You can't walk away from this engagement. You froze, watched me. He stood up, correcting his shirt, arrogance returning to his face like the slap never happened. This isn't just a ring wine. Our engagement binds to territories, to families, to contracts worth millions. He stepped closer. Losing you means losing leverage. I will not allow that. You felt sick. That wasn't love. It never had been. You were not a fiance. You were a bargaining chip. Jungkook stepped between you, his presence like a tall, dark wall. She doesn't belong to you. Daehyun smirked. Says who? You? Yes. His voice boomed through the room, then he turned slightly, gaze fixed on the doorway because other mafia heads had gathered, drawn by the commotion. Perfect. Jungkook wanted an audience, their eyes widened as he spoke his next words clearly, publicly, deliberately. If Tyne cannot protect his own fiance's honor, then I will. He paused, letting the silence sharpen. She belongs with me now. Whispers exploded around the hall, a mafia scandal, a political earthquake, a declaration of war within the same bloodline. Daehyun's face twisted with shock. Hyung, you have lost your mind. No, I have just chosen a side. He looked at you, not possessively, not forcefully, but with something devastatingly real, her side. You felt your breath catch, everyone watched, everyone waited, and for the first time that night, you were not the one standing alone. The night was heavy, not with rain this time, but with the kind of silence that suffocates a person from inside out. You sat alone in the guest room. Jungkook escorted you to after the confrontation. Your hands trembled, your chest felt hollow. Humiliation and heartbreak throbbed in you like a fresh wound. Hyun's voice, "You were not enough," echoed through your skull until you squeezed your eyes shut. Your breath hitched, and suddenly you were not angry at Jungkook for warning you. You were angry at yourself for refusing to see. You stood facing the room, every step fueling something fires inside you. Rage, pain, pride. You couldn't let Daeun use you again, not for power, not for alliances, not for leverage. You needed protection, real protection, not the illusion Daeun fed you, and the only man capable of shielding you in this world was the one who already stepped in front of you, Jungkook. Heart pounding, you walked down the hallway past the car, so instantly straightened in his presence. You pushed open the door to his private study without knocking. He looked up from his leather chair, darkly tousled, shirt unbuttoned at the collar, eyes warm and sinful at the same time. His lips curved the moment he saw you. "Well, to what do I owe this midnight visit?" Finally realized I'm the prettier brother. Your throat tightened. "I need to talk to you." He leaned back slowly, spreading his legs, resting one arm over the chair, relaxed, confident, deadly attractive. "I'm listening." The words slipped out of you before fear could stop them. "Marry me before he does more damage." The room froze. Jungkook didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe. Then, after a heartbeat, his lips curved into a slow, devastating smile. The kind that made your pulse strip. He stood from the chair, walking toward you with the lazy grace of a man who knew exactly what he wanted. You have no idea how long I have waited to hear that. Your breath caught, but then he stopped right in front of you, close enough that you felt the heat radiate from his body. Close enough that your heart forgot its rhythm. Yet he didn't touch you. Instead, he tilted his head slightly, voice dropping into a deeper, flurrier, darker tone. "Say it again." Your eyebrows knitted. "I just did." He smirked, gaze flicking to your lips. "No, say it properly this time." He leaned closer, whispering against your cheek. "Ask me the way a woman asks the man she chooses." A shiver raced down your spine. You swallowed, forcing your voice to steady. "Jungkook, marry me." His eyes softened, burned, darkened with something almost hungry. He brushed his fingers over your jaw, barely a touch, but enough to melt your resistance. "I will." A pause. His thumb stroked your chin, but not because you need protection. Your breath trembled. "I'll marry you because you're the only woman I have ever wanted." Your heart stopped. He pulled back a fraction, giving you space to breathe. "But before we sign anything, we need to understand something." His expression grew serious. "You are not a pawn, not in my world, not in my home, and never in my hands." You looked at him, really looked at him, and saw truth. Not manipulation, not pity, not possessiveness, something far more dangerous, far more fragile. He wanted you not for the mafia, not for politics, but for himself. You sat on the edge of the desk, knees weak, mind spinning. Why me, Jungkook? Why would you? He exhaled, looking away for the first time like the truth weighed more than he wanted to admit. Then he stepped closer, voice low, controlled. Do you remember the gala last year? You frowned, the one where I met Dayut. He nodded. You wore a silver dress, hair pinned back. You were laughing at something your friend said. His eyes softened in memory. I saw you first that night. Your lips parted, Jungkook continued. You were bright, genuine, untouched by this world. His swallowed voice tightening. I told my father I wanted to meet you. Your heart thumped painfully. But Dahyun approached me first. Jungkook's jaw flexed. In our family, the older brother gets first choice. Tradition. He looked away, a humorless smile tugging at his lips, so I stepped back. You just ached. You whispered you liked me before all this. Jungkook laughed quietly, bitter soft. Like you, he shook his head, stepping closer. I fell for you before I even knew your name. He rushed through your cheeks, but he wasn't done. And then I watched him take you, mistreat you, lie to you. His voice cracked for the first time. Every time you smiled at him, it killed me. Your breath trembled. He lifted a hand, brushing a tear off your cheek with that tenderness so unexpected it shattered you. So, yes, I orchestrated everything. His thumb lingered on your skin. I left the clues. I pushed you to see the truth. I broke the facade he used to keep you. Your lips quivered because you wanted me free. His expression softened into something devastating because I wanted you safe, and because he leaned in, forehead touching yours. I wanted you to choose me, not by force, not by fear, by hurt. Your eyes stung. Everything he had done, dark, strategic, ruthless, was rooted in something painfully pure. He always adored you, always, and now he was standing inches away, waiting for you to say the words again. The wedding was small by Mafia standards, quiet, confidential, protected by walls of guns and silence. No reporters, no alliances, no spectators hungry for scandal, just you and Jungkook. He stood before you wearing a black suit tailored like sin, midnight hair brushing his brow, eyes fixed on you with a hunger he stopped trying to hide. When the officiant spoke the final words, Jungkook didn't wait for permission. He cupped your face with both hands and heart deep, claiming you with the desperation of a man who finally had what was stolen from him. His lips moved with a promise, a vow, a warning to the world. He pulled back only when you were breathless, cheeks flushed, his voice was low and rough. You are mine now, wine. Not because the contract says so, not because the mafia will accept it, because I will never let another man speak your name the way he did. She swallowed, heart racing. He dragged his thumb across your bottom lip, slow, sensual, possessive. Dahan lost the only good thing he ever had, and I will spend the rest of my life proving you choose right. He leaned in again, this time slower, deeper, like he was sealing every piece of you under his skin. When he finally pulled back, he rested his forehead against yours. I adored you in silence. I protected you in shadows, but now his hands slide around your waist, pulling you flush against him. Now I love you in the open, and I'll burn the world before I lose you. Your breath broke, his lips brushed yours one more time, a promise of the nights to come and a reminder of the man who claimed you without hesitation. Jungkook smiled softly. Let's go home, Mrs. Joan, and with his hand firmly on your waist, his possessiveness wrapped around you like a Second skin, you walk into a future where you were no longer a pawn, but the woman a mafia prince would kill for.